Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.8699 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 1.17%, and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, the Fibonacci's, the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening here on the Polygon Matic chart. From the all-time high, we have been seeing no prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $0.32 mark, and having done so, I believe it has done the minimum that we expected it to do in its ABC corrective movement, and I'm expecting a very nice bounce to the upper side, obeying this Elliot wave structure, taking us back to an all-time high in the next bull market. But before we see an all-time high, we first need to see that first wave to the upper side, and I believe that is what has been happening here on the Polygon Matic chart, and you have fully maximized the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 1, and my primary scenario at the moment is the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 2, and that is what I want to base my analysis on in this video. And jumping to the 4-hour chart for further analysis. Here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that after making our low down there, I have been having this Elliot wave structure in yellow, which is a fractal wave within that first wave to the upper side, and that is so because first wave to the upper side is an impulsive wave, and I expect fractal waves in formation within that first wave to the upper side. And after making our low down there at around the $0.32 mark, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, seeing the high of that wave 1. Then after making the high, we saw a bit of a retracement in the formation of a wave 2, continued pushing higher in the formation of a wave 3, making its peak at around the $1.06 mark. After seeing the wave 3, we saw a very nice retracement over here in the formation of a wave 4, which I expected to retrace within this red target area, which perfectly lies between the $0.81 mark and the $0.66 mark. And after retracing into that target area and making our low at around the $0.69 mark, I expected another impulsive movement to the upper side in the formation of this wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1, and we have seen that impulsive movement to the upper side. And within that fifth wave to the upper side, you can also see this Elliot wave structure in blue, which represents the impulsive nature of that fifth wave to the upper side, making its peak at around the $1.3 mark. And using the Fibonacci's, that is the trend based Fibonacci, we can get to see whether this first wave to the upper side has done the minimum that we expected it to do by connecting the trend based Fibonacci from the low of that first wave to the high of that first wave, then dragging the fibs to the high of the wave 3, and that gives me a minimum target area at the fib level 0.618, and that is at around the $1.24 mark. And the high that we have here on the charts is at around the $1.3 mark, meaning we have fully maximized the formation of that first wave to the upper side. And having done so, I get to my primary scenario that I expect to play out here on the Polygon Matic chart, which is retracing in the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 2. And once we make the low for that higher Elliot wave count 2, we can expect an impulsive movement to the upper side in the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 3. And using the Fibonacci's, we can sketch out a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 2 by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of that first wave to the high of that wave 1, and that gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts, which perfectly lies between the $0.81 mark and the $0.69 mark. And you can see we at some point we had retraced into that target area, so a bit of a reaction of the fib level 0.5 over here managed to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark, making a peak at around the $1.17 mark. And before we had seen this movement, we had seen another chart pattern information over here, which is a double top, which is a chart pattern that normally breaks to the lower side, having the target area of the breakout as the height between the tops and the neckline. So using a trend line, I got that height and placed it down below the neckline, giving me a minimum target area back to around the $0.96 mark, which is a target area that we maximized. Also lost the key area of support at around the $0.95 mark, making our low at around the $0.77 mark, and that gives me an ABC corrective structure. Because a wave 2 is a corrective wave, I also expected to see an ABC corrective structure, and we are seeing it right here, having this as the wave A. then we've been making its peak at around the $1.17 mark. Then I'm expecting another movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave C to fully maximize this red target area that I have down here in the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 2. And in that movement, I also expect us to lose the key area of support at around the $0.95 mark. And if I jump to the 1 hour chart so that we can see what we have been seeing in the formation of that wave C, you can see in the formation of the wave C here on the 1 hour chart, we had been trading within this descending channel. We managed to break out of the descending channel to the upper side, faced a key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark. We did not manage to break above it, and we have seen a retest of that key area of resistance after losing it. And after losing that key area of resistance of support and seeing a retest, whatever I'm expecting is a movement to the lower side to fully maximize that red target area in the formation of a wave 2. And this is giving me the first possible scenario that can play out over here. After seeing a retest over here, I'm expecting lower prices, and that fully supports the formation of that wave C that I have on the 4 hour chart. Here on the 4 hour chart, you can see after seeing that retest over here, whatever we have been seeing is much of a consolidation after seeing the retest, and soon I'm expecting a breakout. And since we also trading below the 20-day MA here on the 4 hour chart, meaning it is also acting as resistance. So in case we try to break above, that is push higher, the 20-day MA will be giving us resistance, and also the area at around the $0.95 mark. And there's a possibility that we might continue pushing lower to fully maximize this red target area. And once that happens, then we can start sketching out an impulsive movement to the upper side in the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 3. Taking a look at the indicators here on the 4 hour chart to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI, we are trading at around the 39 mark, meaning we have a bit of room for us to support any movements to the lower side before we get into the oversold region. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bullish cross, and that would mean higher prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.